Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in for another week of Classic Country A to Z. And happy Easter as well, as it's Easter Sunday today. On this week's show, we will finish up, finally, the letter R artists. And we'll cover a few of Roy Drusky's hits and then a few Roy Rogers hits. That I think many of you will probably recognize. And then we'll move on to the letter S artists, beginning with a few hits from Sammy Kershaw. And if there's still time, we may get to some hits from the band Shenandoah. So, and of course, there'll be an original song in the middle and a gospel song at the end. So, as I mentioned, tonight we'll start with a few Roy Drusky songs. And like a lot of country stars, Roy Drusky got his start writing hits for other artists, and including Farron Young, among others. But he also recorded other songwriters' songs as well. So, and in fact, Roy Drusky was one of the first artists to record a song written by Chris Christopherson. So our first Roy Drusky song tonight is not a Chris Christopherson song. This is a Harlan Howard pen song that reached number 3 in the charts for Roy in 1963, and this one is called Secondhand Rose. Secondhand shoes, secondhand clothes, they all call her Secondhand Rose. They all think they're pretty smart, but Rose don't have a secondhand heart. I love a little girl who lives across the way. I go and see her nearly every day, and when I get the money, I'll take her far away, so the town can't gather round her and say, secondhand shoes, secondhand clothes, they all call her Secondhand Rose. They all think they're pretty smart, but Rose don't have a secondhand heart. They tease her about her clothes and things. It's hard to believe some folks can be so mean, but when I get the money, I'll buy her the best. It'll take Rose, you can have all the rest. Oh, secondhand shoes, secondhand clothes, they all call her Secondhand Rose. They all think they're pretty smart, but Rose don't have a secondhand heart. Yeah, they all think they're pretty smart, but Rose don't have a secondhand heart. Okay, next. Our second Roy Drusky song for tonight was written by Bill Anderson. This song is a kind of a little goofy in a Roger Miller sort of way. And in fact, one of my former co-workers who thought the genre title classic country was an oxymoron used the lines of this song as one of the many songs to justify his dislike of this kind of music. This song is called Peel Me a Nanner, as in a banana. There I was in all of my innocence, loving you with all of my might. Come to find I didn't have any sense, you had a different darling every night. Peel me a nanner, toss me a peanut, I'll come swinging from a coconut tree. Peel me a nanner, toss me a peanut, you sure made a monkey out of me. I gave you kisses, I gave you lovin', tried to please your every little whim. It all added up to a big fat nothing. Last night you up and ran away with him. Peel me a nanner, toss me a peanut, I'll come swinging from a coconut tree. Peel me a nanner, toss me a peanut, you sure made a monkey out of me. Oh, peel me a nanner, toss me a peanut, I'll come swinging from a coconut tree. Peel me a nanner, toss me a peanut, you sure made a monkey out of me. Darling, you sure made a monkey out of me. All right, that's the goofy song for tonight. So our last Roy Drusky song is one that he co-wrote. This short little song with the long notes was Roy's last top 10 hit when this reached number 7 in 1969. And this song is called Such a Fool. I'm a fool, such a fool, a crazy fool for loving you. I'm a fool, such a fool, a crazy fool for being true. The day we met, I told my heart, you better let her be. No good, no good, she ain't no good. She'll make a fool of me. I'm a fool, such a fool, a crazy fool for loving you. Yes, the day we met, I told my heart, you better let her be. No good, no good, she ain't no good. She'll make a fool of me. And I'm a fool, such a fool, a crazy fool for loving you. Okay, now we move on to a few of Roy Rogers' hits. I should check on comments here. Linnea, thanks for tuning in tonight. Happy Easter to you. So Roy Rogers was a singer and an actor and a TV host. He was also a co-founder of the group The Sons of the Pioneers and became one of the most popular Western stars of his era. He's known as the King of the Cowboys, and he appeared in over 100 films and numerous radio and TV episodes of The Roy Rogers Show. In many of his films and TV episodes, he appeared with his wife, Dale Evans, his horse, Trigger, and his German Shepherd, Bullet. His show was broadcast on radio for 9 years and then on TV from 1951 to 1957. So Roy and two other friends of his formed the group the Sons of the Pioneers in late 1933. And the group's first recording session was in 1934. And our first Roy Rogers song tonight was one of the first songs they recorded in that first ever recording session of theirs, for them anyway. And the song was written by one of the band members named Bob Nolan in the early 1930s and was originally titled Tumbling Leaves, but was subsequently retitled for use in a 1935 Gene Autry movie of the same name. Members of the Western Writers of America chose this song as one of the top 100 Western songs of all time. And the movie and the song are called Tumbling Tumbleweeds. Let's start on the right note. See them tumbling down, pledging their love to the ground. Lonely but free I'll be found, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweeds. I'm a roaming cowboy, riding all day long. Tumbleweeds around me sing their lonely song. Nights underneath the prairie moon, I ride alone and sing a tune. See them tumbling down, pledging their love to the ground. Lonely but free I'll be found, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweeds. Cares of the past are behind, nowhere to go but I'll find just where the trail will wind, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweeds. I know when night has gone that a new world's born at dawn. I'll keep rolling along. Deep in my heart is a song. Here on the range I belong, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweeds. Yeah, I know when night has gone that a new world's born at dawn. I'll keep rolling along. Deep in my heart is a song. Here on the range I belong, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweeds, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweeds. All right. Gail, thanks for tuning in. Great to see you here at Easter. And then Rose, also, thank you for tuning in. Okay, so the lyrics for our next song are largely from a poem written by Bob Fletcher, who was a poet and an engineer with the Department of Highways in Helena, Montana. Shortly after that, Cole Porter, who had been asked to write a cowboy song for the 20th Century Fox musical called Adios, Argentina, bought the poem from Fletcher for $250. Cole Porter reworked Fletcher's poem, and when the song was first published, Porter was credited with sole authorship, and apparently Cole Porter had wanted to give Fletcher co-authorship credit, but his publishers wouldn't allow it. So the original copyright publication from late 1944 lists words and music by Cole Porter alone. After the song became popular, however, Fletcher hired attorneys who negotiated his co-authorship credit in subsequent publications. And although it was one of the most popular songs of its time, Cole Porter claimed it was his least favorite of his compositions. Roy Rogers sang the song in the 1944 movie Hollywood Canteen, and then in 1945, Roy sang it again as the title tune for another of his films. And so that movie and the song are called Don't Fence Me In. Also, there's a slower introductory verse here on this song that I'm doing, version of it. This was the verse that was only used in that 1944 movie Hollywood Canteen, and not in the subsequent popular recordings. Wildcat Kelly, looking mighty pale, was standing by the sheriff's side. And when that sheriff said, I'm sending you to jail, Wildcat raised his head and cried, oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in, let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in, let me be by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in. Just turn me loose, let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western skies. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountains rise. I want to ride to the ridge where the west commences, gaze at the moon till I lose my senses. Can't look at hobbles and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in. Just turn me loose, let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western skies. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountains rise. I want to ride to the ridge where the west commences, gaze at the moon till I lose my senses. I can't look at hobbles and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in. I'm the roving kind, so if you don't mind, all that I can say is, come on, Trigger, let's be on our way. There's Trigger. That's how he ended that song in the movie, because he jumps on Trigger and then they ride away, right out of the saloon or whatever it was, the cantina. Okay, our last Roy Rogers song was known as the theme song for both his 1940s and 1950s radio program, as well as the 1950s TV show, in which he and his wife Dale Evans starred. The song was written by Dale Evans and was always sung as a duet by the two of them over the closing credits of the program. This sort of send you on your way song is called Happy Trails. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds if we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Well, some trails are happy ones and others are blue. It's the way you ride the trail that counts. Here's a happy one for you. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds if we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Yeah, happy trails to you till we meet again. All right. Hopefully that brings back some memories for some of you folks. Hey, Dave, how are you? Good. Glad to see you tonight here. Now we move on to Sammy Kershaw's collection of hits, and some of you folks may not be familiar with some of these, but because these were all from the 1990s. Big jump ahead here, just 50 years or so. Sammy released 16 studio albums, 3 of which were platinum, 2 gold, and more than 25 of his songs reached the top 40 on the charts, including 1 number 1 hit and 10 more top 10 hits. So our first Sammy Kershaw song tonight was one of his early hits, when this one reached number 17 on the charts in 1992. This is kind of a sadder song, I guess, about a breakup, and this is called Yard Sale. Cardboard sign says yard sale. Real estate sign says sold. Family picnic table holds all that it can hold. On the grass and on the sidewalk, well, there must be half the town. Ain't it funny how a broken home can bring the prices down? Oh, they're sorting through what's left of you and me, paying yard sale prices for each golden memory. Oh, I never thought I'd ever live to see the way they're sorting through what's left of you and me. Well, you left 2 summer dresses in the backyard on the line. A lady just brought them to me. She said she thinks they'll fit just fine. Well, there goes the baby's wagon and the mirror from the hall. I'd better take just one last look before they take it all. Oh, they're sorting through what's left of you and me. They're paying yard sale prices for each golden memory. Oh, Oh, I never thought I'd ever live to see the way they're sorting through what's left of you and me. Yeah, I wonder what you'd say if you could see the way they're sorting through what's left of you and me. The way they're sorting through what's left of you and me. Now, our next Sammy Kershaw hit, this one from 1992 also. This song reached number 10 on the charts for him that year. And as a side note, Sammy did not write any of his songs, including this next one, which is called Anywhere But Here. Hey, mister, what time does the next bus leave? I'm a party of one out of Tennessee. Well, I won't be back for a long, long while. Give me $85 worth of highway miles. I ain't got no luggage, as you can see, just a whole lot of heavy memories. I was finally up for just a settling down when I found out she'd been a fooling around. Well, you can send me north, you can send me south, just don't send me past my house. Don't ask me where I'm going, 'cause I don't care. I want a ticket that'll take me anywhere but here. A ticket that'll take me anywhere but here. Well, I hear it's cold up in Saskatoon, but it couldn't be colder than our bedroom. Yeah, the skies are blue down in Alabama, but they won't be any bluer than I am. Well, I ain't send me north and you can send me south, just don't send me past my house. Don't ask me where I'm going, 'cause I don't care. I want a ticket that'll take me anywhere but here. A ticket that'll take me anywhere but here. I want a ticket that'll take me anywhere but there. Yeah, a ticket that'll take me anywhere but here. Okay, we have reached the portion of the show where I do one of our original songs that my friend Charlie and I wrote together. This song is about how some loving relationships can grow from simple friendships, and it's called Plain Spoken Love. We didn't meet cute like in some old rom-com. We met in real life where loneliness is common. We shared a few beers and talked now and then, only falling in love once we'd become friends. No Hollywood symphonies, no Cinderella story, no breakfast at Tiffany's, no Harry met Sally, no divine intervention, no help from above, just a plain-spoken friendship turned to plain-spoken love. Well, Shakespeare wrote sonnets, let me count the ways, and Hollywood stars just say what they're told to say. But our words don't come from some screenwriter's pen. They come from the heart, spoken friend to friend. No Hollywood symphonies, no Cinderella story, no breakfast at Tiffany's, no Harry met Sally, no divine intervention, no help from above, just a plain spoken friendship turned to plain spoken love. When they write our story, there won't be much to say, just that we loved each other in our own special way. No Hollywood symphonies, no Cinderella story, no breakfast at Tiffany's, no Harry met Sally, no divine intervention, no help from above, just a plain spoken friendship turned to plain spoken love. Just a plain spoken friendship turned to plain spoken love. Okay, now back to Sammy Kershaw. Next up was Sammy's only #1 hit. This one from 1993. The song was written by Bob McDill, who, as you may recall, wrote many of Don Williams' hits. This song was also a minor crossover hit for Sammy, as it reached number 19 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. This song is called She Don't Know She's Beautiful. We go out to a party somewhere, the moment we walk in the door. People stop and everybody stares. She don't know what they're staring for. She don't know she's beautiful, never crossed her mind. She don't know she's beautiful, no, she's not that kind. She don't know she's beautiful, though time and time I told her so. Well, there she goes, just walking down the street, and someone lets a whistle out. A girl like her, she just can't see what the fuss is all about. And she don't know she's beautiful, never crossed her mind. She don't know she's beautiful, no, she's not that kind. She don't know she's beautiful, though time and time I told her so. Morning comes and her hair's all a mess. That's when she thinks she looks her worst. Well, it's times like this she don't know why I can't take my eyes off her. 'Cause she don't know she's beautiful, never crossed her mind. She don't know she's beautiful, no, she's not that kind. She don't know she's beautiful, though time and time I told her so. She don't know she's beautiful, it never crossed her mind. She don't know she's beautiful, though she's not that kind. She don't know she's beautiful, though time and time I told her so. Unplanned pause in the closing there. All right. Next up, another 1993 hit for Sammy. This one reached number 9 on the charts. It was the title track to his 1993 album. So the album and the song are called Haunted Heart. down the road called yesterday. Take a left on a lost highway and make a right on memory lane and drive until you feel the pain. At the river of tears, take one last turn. Cross the bridge that just won't burn. A rundown house is love's graveyard. Well, that's where you'll find my haunted heart. My haunted heart can't rest in peace. It's buried with her memory. It's a living hell here after dark. And I'm all alone with a haunted heart. Late at night, a slamming door, shadows move across the floor. Footsteps fall on silent stairs, and I hear her call, but no one's there. Her photograph hangs by the bed, a grim reminder love is dead. The love I killed just won't depart. In a living hell in my haunted heart. My haunted heart can't rest in peace, 'cause it's buried with her memory. It's a living hell here after dark. All alone with a haunted heart. Yeah, I'm all alone with my haunted heart. All right, now this next one was on that same Haunted Heart album, and this one reached all the way to number 7 on the charts for Sammy. The song sort of describes, I guess, a lifestyle. I mean, that's all I'll say. And it's called Queen of My Double-Wide Trailer. Truly a classic country title, if nothing else. Well, I met her out at Murphy's restaurant. She said she was fresh from the farm. And I remember thinking for a country girl that she went pretty well armed. We sat there talking by the lobster tank. I ordered her a slow gin fizz. And when the chicken fried steaks arrived, she said, I like living like this. So I made her the queen of my double-wide trailer with the polyester curtains and the redwood deck. And sometimes she runs and I've got to trail her, dang her black heart and her pretty red neck. Well, a few nights later I run into her with some stranger on a park bench. She said he rebuilds engines and his name is Earl. He's a Charlie Daniels of the torque wrench. I whispered, honey, let's just go on home and have some onion rings and watch TV. And as I walked her to the truck, Earl was crying, don't you leave me. I told him this here's the queen of my double-wide trailer with the polyester curtains and the redwood deck. And sometimes she runs and I've got to trail her, dang her black heart and her pretty red neck. Yeah, this here's the queen of my double-wide trailer with the polyester curtains and the redwood deck. And sometimes she runs and I've got to trail her, dang her black heart and her pretty red neck. She's a queen. Okay, double-wide trailer. All right, next up, this is the, setting the cable here. This is the first the song that Sammy released from his next album, and it rose all the way to number 2 on the charts for him. This is a tribute song to working women everywhere. And this song is called National Working Woman's Holiday. They ought to run your picture in a magazine, 'cause you're the hardest working woman I've ever seen. If we weren't sinking in a river of debt, I'd say quit that job and let them do it themselves. Well, I know we're dependent on every dime. I'm tired of you working overtime. I'm gonna tell somebody there ought to be a law against working that way. Tell them you're taking off this Friday for the National Working Woman's Holiday. Well, honey, I can tell you're feeling the strain. You deserve a break from that ball and chain. Well, if the union won't say it, then it's up to me. They're just taking advantage of your loyalty. Well, everybody likes a little time and a half, but we both know you're worth more than that. I'm gonna tell somebody there ought to be a law against working that way. Tell them you're taking off this Friday for the National Working Woman's Holiday. Well, I'll call in sick and I'll be telling the truth, 'cause I'm sick and tired of how they're treating you. I'm gonna tell somebody there ought to be a law against working that way. Tell them you're taking off this Friday for the National Working Woman's Holiday. I'm gonna tell somebody there ought to be a law against working that way. Tell them you're taking off this Friday for the National Working Woman's Holiday. Tell them you're taking off this Friday for the National Working Woman's Holiday. Okay, next up is a song that was written way back in the early 1970s. Was first released by the band The Amazing Rhythm Aces, and their version rose to number 11 on the charts. In 1974, But Sammy's version, 20 years later in 1994, rose all the way to number 2 on the charts. This is a sort of a classic one-night stand song, but Sammy's video put a slightly different spin on it, as it features a woman luring a man into going to a motel with her, and then she steals his money and watch, and then drives off with another man as the first guy tries to chase them down. The song is called Third Rate Romance. Sitting at a tiny table in a ritzy restaurant, she was staring at her coffee cup. He was trying to keep his courage up while applying booze. The talk was small when they talked at all. They both knew what they wanted. There was no need to talk about it. They were old enough to start without it and keep it smooth. And she said, "You don't look like my type, but I guess you'll do. Third-rate romance, low-rent rendezvous." And he said, "I'll even tell you that I love you if you want me to. Third-rate romance, low-rent rendezvous." When they left the bar, they got in his car and they drove away. He drove to the family inn. She didn't even have to pretend she didn't know what for. Then he went to the desk and made his request while she waited outside. When he came back with the key, she said, "Give it to me and I'll unlock the door." And she kept saying, "I've never really done this kind of thing before, have you? Third-rate romance, low-rent rendezvous." And he said, "Yes, I have, but only a time or two. Third-rate romance, low-rent rendezvous." It was a third-rate romance, low-rent rendezvous. All right, our last Sammy Kershaw song for tonight was his last big hit when this one reached number 2 for him in 1997. It's a ballad love song that ironically had a duet version of the same song with Sammy Kershaw and Terry Clark, released on the B-side for this song. Anyway, this song is called Love of My Life. Kind of just the opposite of the last song. You are the love of my life. You are the reason I'm alive. And baby, 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 when I think of how you saved me, I go crazy. I've never known love like this. it fills me with a new tenderness. And I know, I know, I know, you're in my heart, you're in my soul, you're all I can't resist. And I need to tell you, the first time I held you, I knew you are the love of my life. And I spent a lifetime waiting, always hesitating until you. I was lost so deep inside my shell till you came and saved me from myself. Now all I really know is I need you. Yeah, you are the love of my life. All the joy and tears I cried. And baby, 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 you don't have to say a word, I see it in your eyes. As we stand together, I promise forever, till the day that I die, you are the love of my life. Yeah, I spent a lifetime waiting, always hesitating until you. I was lost so deep inside my shell till you came and saved me from myself. Now all I really know is I need you. You are the love of my life. You are the reason I'm alive. Okay. Jen says she really likes this one. Well, is it that one? The love song? We'll assume that. Okay. Glad you like it. Now we move on to some hits from the group Shenandoah. And like Sammy Kershaw, Shenandoah's popularity peaked in the early 90s, although they started a little bit earlier. They started in the late 80s, a little before Sammy. This band is still touring today and performing, but although it's been reformed several times over the years, so the membership of the group is a little bit different. But Shenandoah has released 9 studio albums, of which 2 were certified gold. They have 26 singles that they've released, including 5 #1 hits, and they've received a Grammy Award as well. So our first Shenandoah hit for tonight was the group's first top 5 hit, when this song reached #5 in 1988. This song is all about how mothers always seem to know what's going on in your head. And to further the point, I remember Julie used to tell our kids when they were real young and still fairly gullible, that she, in fact, had eyes in the back of her head, and that they should not try to get away with things. Anyway, this is called Mama Knows. Me and Jimmy Crowder and a single cigarette, crouched down in a stall out in the barn. 3 puffs later we were sick as we could get, praying we'd get better before we got home. She saw me coming through the back door screen. I knew the minute that she looked at me. Mama knows, Mama knows. Sometimes I think she's got a window to my soul. Mama knows, Mama knows. And even when I think it doesn't show, Mama knows. Me and Becky Johnson ankle deep in ocean waves, pants rolled up and shirt hearts out on our sleeves, both feeling more than either one of us could say. That first love left the sweetest memory. 15 and shy, I didn't tell a soul. How is it Mama never has to be told? Mama knows, Mama knows. Sometimes I think she's got a window to my soul. Mama knows, Mama knows. And even when I think it doesn't show, Mama knows. I wasn't home when Mama passed away. They didn't get to say I love you, but I get this feeling. Mama knows, Mama knows. Sometimes I think she's got a window to my soul. Mama knows, Mama knows. And even when I think it doesn't show, Mama knows. Mama knows. All right. Craig, great to see you back. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, next, this was Shenandoah's first #1 hit. How are we doing on time? This should probably be our last one, I guess. Their first #1 hit, which happened to be a #1 in both U.S. and Canada, in both charts, 1989. Two bits of trivia around this song are that the group Rascal Flatts covered this song on a live CMT, Country Music Television special, and it was the first song that the members of the Rascal Flatts group ever performed live together, and it was before they even actually had officially formed the band in 1999. The songwriter, Dennis Robbins, originally recorded the song, and it served as the B-side to his 1987 single, Two of a Kind, Working on a Full House, which was later become a huge #1 hit for Garth Brooks in 1991. Anyway, this first #1 Shenandoah song is called The Church on Cumberland Road. Just about a mile off of 109, there's a little church sitting back in the pines. I promised that girl she was gonna be mine. I wouldn't be surprised if she was standing there crying. Oh, I didn't know a bored out Ford could go so slow. Oh, you've got to put your foot down on the floor. Yeah, we've been rocking all night, but don't you know, you got to get me to the church on the Cumberland Road. Jimmy's passed out in the back, but I think he's alive. Bobby's got his head hanging over the side. Here you are doing only 95. What's the matter with you, man? I thought you said you could drive. Oh, I didn't know a bored-out Ford could go so slow. Oh, you've got to put your foot down on the floor. Yeah, we've been rocking all night, but don't you know you got to get me to the church on the Cumberland Road. Yeah, sweeter than the dew on a honeysuckle vine, warmer than noon on the 4th of July. Cutest little girl that I ever have known, waiting at the church on the Cumberland Road. Oh, I didn't know a bored-out Ford could go so slow. Oh, you've got to put your foot down on the floor. Yeah, we've been rocking all night, but don't you know you got to get me to the church on the Cumberland Road. Yeah, you've been rocking all night, but don't you know you got to get me to the church on the Cumberland Road. Okay. Oh, you know what? There's just one more. Okay, we're going to run over. Like, that's a big surprise. This next Shenandoah song, they had 3 #1 hits in 1989 alone. And this next song, which will be our last Shenandoah song for tonight, was their second #1 hit in 1989. Shenandoah is definitely a southern country band and was founded in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. And so a song with deep southern roots like this next song was a perfect fit for them. This song is called Sunday in the South. Mill worker houses lined up in a row, another southern Sunday's morning glow. Beneath the steeple all the people have begun, shaking hands with a man who grips the gospel gun, while the quiet prayer, smell of dinner on the ground, fills up the morning air. Ain't nothing sweeter around. I can almost hear my mama pray, oh Lord, forgive us when we doubt. Another sacred Sunday in the South. A ragged rebel flag flies high above it all, popping in the wind like an angry cannonball. Now the coals of history are cold and still, but they still smell the powder burning, and they probably always will. And on the cold town square, under the barbershop pole, they set me up in a chair when I was 4 years old. And I can almost hear my papa say, won't you hold still, son, stop squirming around. Another southern Sunday's coming around. I can almost hear the old folks say, you'll make it big one day, you'll leave this town. It's another lazy Sunday back around. I can feel the evening sun go down, and all the lights of the houses one by one go out. Softly in the distance nothing stirs about, and the night is filled with the sound of a whippoorwill. On a Sunday in the South, just another sacred Sunday in the South. Oh, I miss those old Sundays in the South. Okay, our gospel song for tonight was written in 1873 by a Chicago lawyer named Horatio Spafford, who wrote the song shortly after losing all 4 of his daughters in a tragic shipping accident. This is called It Is Well. And it seemed like a good choice for Easter as well. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, you have taught me to say, it is well. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. Though Satan should buffet, though trials should come, let this blessed assurance control, that Christ has regarded my helpless estate, and has shed his own blood for my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. My sin, oh, the bliss of this glorious thought. My sin, not in part, but the whole, is nailed to the cross, and I bear it no more. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, oh my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. And Lord, haste the day when the faith shall be sight, the clouds be rolled back as a scroll, the trumpet shall sound, and the Lord shall descend. Even so, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. All right. That's a favorite of mine for sure. We'll send you on our way with our benediction tune. May the good Lord bless and keep you, whether near or far away. May you find that long-awaited golden day today. May your troubles all be small ones, and your fortune 10 times 10. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May you walk with sunlight shining and a bluebird in every tree. May there be a silver lining back of every cloud you see. Fill your dreams with sweet tomorrows, never mind what might have been. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May you walk with sunlight shining and a bluebird in every tree. May there be a silver lining back of every cloud you see. Fill your dreams with sweet tomorrows, never mind what might have been. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And for those watching later, thank you. As always, please feel free to share the video with anyone you think might enjoy it. And wish you a happy and blessed Easter. And have a great week. Stay safe and healthy. And we will see you back here next Sunday. I'm assuming we'll finish up the Shenandoah next Sunday, but we'll still be in the S's for a while. So have a great week. Good night, everybody. Thank you.